Let's go on to the fourth quarter. That was a very entertaining third quarter, as to be expected.
Good job,
So, over our little break week, the NBA proposed some new rules. There are 3 new rules, one of which seems significant. The other 2 just seems like clarifying things. One of them, Anyway,
right.
The important rule change, resetting the shot clock to 14 seconds after an offensive rebound. So, I think you said that it rewards bad defense.
I said it rewards bad.
That was you.
Yeah, he did. But I agree with
So
you.
for me, it's because, okay, a team is on defense, and your job is to, first off, to stop them from scoring and to get the rebound.
That's a block.
Yeah. But if you don't get the rebound, instead of having them play defense for another 24 seconds, you're doing another 14 seconds.
So it's taken away from the defensive game.
It's taken away from the offensive game. Because they have 10 less seconds.
Yeah, because think about it. You can't run as many sets then. Your set has to be, which creates more isolation basketball.
Right. So let's say, for example, Portland, for example. Damian Lillard shoots the ball, miss, Nurkic gets the rebound, passes out to Damian Lillard. He has 14 seconds instead of 24 seconds to execute another play.
So they've got to go again right away.
Right.
That's more exciting.
It's more exciting.
For the viewer, is that... Because I'm a defensive person.
Right.
I love watching good defense. Is this going to cut down on the good defense that's shown, or no?
Oh, I think it will.
It will. Yep.
I think it has to. Because think about it. You talking about if you're a traditionalist like you are, and what we are, we love it when it gets late in the game. They get that offensive rebound. They pass it back out. The crowd start cheering because you're like, oh, that's 24 precious seconds. You've just taken more off the clock. And you just milk that clock.
At the same time, I kind of don't like that now.
Really?
You say
I like it.
Oh, I do. I love it. Like as a Laker fan, I used to love it when Shaq would get the rebound, pass it back out to Kobe. Kobe's back in the. Oh man, it was great. It was awesome.
But I get it. I think we can understand where it's coming from because
they're trying to speed up the game.
That might be pretty boring to watch. I mean, at the end of the game, you want to see the teams scoring after each other and taking the ball back and down the fourth.
Let me say this though. This will help Golden State the most because they run a lot of quick sets.
And they just have to pass to one of their 3
right.
pointers.
So I think this really hurts the league more so and really helps Golden State. The one I'm curious about is Houston, because if you notice, whenever you watch James Harden, it takes him a while to kind of. He's between his legs, he's behind the back, and he's kind of in one set. So if he's only got 14 seconds, he ain't got a lot of time. So I'm curious how this might affect them a lot.
The other team that I saw that this affects is the 76ers because they were one of the best in second chance points. And it's just what you were saying. They don't have time to reset everything. They've got to, you pass it out, you got to pass it back in, or you got to drive in. And, did you see Ben Simmons' shot, by the way?
Yeah, he shot a couple fadeaways.
He's shooting.
I want to see it in the game.
Right. I don't see it in the game.
Let me be clear. I am not a Ben Simmons fan.
I agree.
You're not a Simmons fan? You don't like his game?
No. I don't like him.
Oh, why?
I'm not a fan of him. He didn't do anything wrong. I am a Tatum fan. So for right now,
can you just not go one show without mentioning that man?
You
can't pass gas before
that's the current rivalry. That's one of the current rivalries that my team has. Is the Sixers.
Yeah, till Ben Simmons shoots a regular jump shot in a game, I don't care.
A single one.
A single jump shot.
If he can get one, because that's better than he had last season.
I will say this though. This makes the bigs now a little bit more important though. Because that rebound now is going to be important because they got to now go back up with it. They got to go up. Try to get a foul, get an and one. I mean, they're gonna be important.
What if the next Kareem is waiting? DeAndre Ayton, the next Kareem.
I don't see it because of the style of play. But I did you just?
He did.
What is wrong with you?
That's why I said.
What is wrong with you?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
You didn't say that out of your mouth.
I was joking. I just wanted to get that reaction.
Because you said that. You know what? Because you said that, some blasphemy is going to happen with your Celtics this year. Because it was blasphemy. I just said it.
We don't wish bad on anybody here.
I don't wish bad, but I'm telling you right now. You say that one more time about Kareem. You done already said that about Magic. Don't say nothing about Kareem.
How are we 10 shows in?
Keep his name out of your mouth.
How are we?
Keep his name out your mouth.
We ain't going to make it to 15.
How are we only 10 shows in and we already have flashbacks to shows?
Keep his name out your mouth, man. Come on now.
Y'all chill. Y'all good?
I'm sorry. I'm good.
I got to pull this up here. This next rule change is to clarify the clear path foul. It says a clear path foul would be called in 3 instances. Personal foul is committed on any offensive player during his team's transition scoring opportunity. That sentence just doesn't make any sense.
I thought that's what it was.
And then when the foul occurs, there's no defensive player in front of that offensive player. That's what I thought it was. Yeah. And then the other statement says the defensive foul deprives the offensive team of a transition scoring opportunity. Isn't that what the clear path foul was?
Here's what I will say, and I'm going to let y'all kind of carry this, but I really hate... I understand their point behind making the clear path rule was because then they saw everybody just trying to foul people, and they wanted to make, obviously, something. But don't you think it's kind of hurting the game now?
So you're saying that rule. Them saying these things when we're looking at it going, isn't that what it already was? They're just putting it in writing now?
Right. But don't you think even the rule of them starting, they were like, okay, we have to, do something as a consequence for these guys that are fouling these guys going on fast breaks before they even get started. There's got to be something more than what the clear path foul is. I feel like that's not enough. There's got to be something more heavy, where now if you turn the ball over, man, it really hurts.
Yeah, it does.
I don't think it really hurts teams now. I don't think it really hurts them. That's just my opinion.
You don't like the clear path foul?
I understand the intention behind it. I don't think it's working. That's what I'm saying.
Interesting. Okay, well.
I don't really have much to say about it.
I think it's just a clarity. I think it's just more of a clarification thing. And then the last thing is that refs will now be able to use instant replay to not only see how players interact with another player, but how they interact with the referee, coach, and fans. Oh my gosh! So
hostile interaction.
Hostile act is what it's called.
Man, I miss the 90s.
Man,
I miss the 90s.
Now, I heard some people talking about this, and they said that it comes down to what the ref sees. The ref sees, the ref calls it, that's what the call is. But now you're going to throw in instant replay, which means it's not just it's not the ref, it's someone in New York watching it that gets to make the decision.
But see, here's what I don't like about that. Do those guys watch really closely to every game to understand the flow of the game? Know what I'm saying? Because that's important too. What if you're just having two tough teams? It gets a little bit testy because it's a little bit heated.
Well, but so I guess that would be if one of these calls, I don't know what the call would be. If a foul was called that resulted in an instant replay, then you're just looking at it. This is the play. What happened in this play?
Right.
So they don't really care about.
So if it's an altercation, with 2 players or something,
right? Or because at that point they're looking at it okay, a foul is a foul. Period.
Yeah, but these days this is an altercation.
That's a flagrant.
That's a flagrant foul. What are we doing here?
And we fight.
What are we doing? Right. And all of a sudden, and it ain't even swinging anymore because if you can't swing at anybody now, you're gonna get suspended for all the games.
The other thing I don't like is this is also gonna slow the game down.
They're
speeding up the game with this shot clock rule, and then they're slowing the game down with instant replay because it's not instant.
You gotta make up the difference.
It's not instant. Because then what they do is they call the thing. They gotta contact the people in New York. The New York guys have to slow it down and go through it, and then
But this is a grown man's league, all right? When you go in the NBA, it's grown man's league. You gotta get your big boy pants on. So you gotta know when you come down the lane, you might eat a 2-piece. I'm sorry,
right?
And I hate this rule because I feel like it's just gonna make me more mad the more I watch the NBA. It's soft.
Up until 2004 or something. This was good.
Can we just talk about it for a second? The malice at the palace.
Call out your player. Call out your player right now.
I'm gonna say it. Ron Artest, you
Meta World Peace, Panda Friend.
You messed up the NBA, man. I'll say it. I admit it. You messed it up.
That was it.
That's it. I mean, it's a soft.
Doug Christie hit Rick Fox with that.
Okay. Sorry.
It wasn't just him though. Who else was in the malice of the palace?
Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson. Yes, Jermaine O'Neal with a sliding punch.
That one fan guy that threw the thing.
Don't forget what started it. Ben Wallace. Yes. Yes, he did. No, remember. So it was a hard foul. Remember, he pushed Ron Artest. Ron Artest was trying. No. I admit, he's crazy. You already know he's nuts.
Up until that moment, that push was acceptable in the NBA. Because it's a man's league.
I agree. But they gave him a technical foul.
Guy, okay, cool. It's a technical foul. Right. But still, your guy then decides to go lay on a bench
He laid on the table.
where he then gets water thrown at him, and then he decided to do what?
That was
He
it.
decided to jump into the stands and punch a fan?
That's
And then grab the wrong fan. Didn't even grab the right one. He threw it. Like, I can't defend that. What do you want me to say? I'm just saying there's other people that were that not as equally, but they were involved as well.
And now we have the hostile act. Thanks, Ron Test. Meta world peace. Yeah, you making peace because nobody's gonna hit anybody.
Man, it changed the NBA, y'all.
Oh, it did.
It really did.
Palace at the Palace.
Well, on that note, I think that's all the 17-16 that we have for you guys this week. Thank you so much for checking it out. If you're watching it, check out the audio podcast. You can listen on the go anywhere that podcasts are available. If you're listening to it, check out the video on YouTube. Check out all of our clips on Facebook where you can see us. Again, as the season grows closer, you're going to hear about some changes that are coming. Hopefully some bigger changes than what are already in the plans. A relaunch of sorts when the season comes out. Thank you guys for joining us this week. Again, next time, all that we know for sure is that we're going to fully recap the greatest players of all time.
Let's go.
And come up with maybe a list of top 5 all-time players. Why not? We can look forward to that.
Can we rank 1 through 25 based on our top 5?
Ooh, that might be the whole show.
Fine.
Well, on that note, we'll see you guys next week. Until then, take care.
I like it.